Now I have to cut it out. And that right there is where I'll start it. So no one will ever know.
So, yeah. No, so Kratos, general of the Spartan army, doing Ares' dirty work. He attacked a village, and in one of the places was a church, or temple, or a church.
How'd you guys get here?
The roofie finally wore off.
Oh,
I wouldn't drink that.
How'd I get here? I was at the lake earlier.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't wearing these clothes. You don't even mind.
Figured I'd put some fresh ones on you after everything that happened.
Oh.
Don't mind a little sand in there.
So what happened to the roofie in the village or something? The Spartans were roofied?
Yep.
That's how he turned gray?
No.
And that's the whole story of God of War.
He attacks the temple.
They made 18 games out of that story.
Yeah, no, like 8.
Whatever.
No, he breaks it. He destroys. He breaks his way into the temple, and he just starts swinging and slashing.
What did you just say?
And he ends up killing his own wife and daughter. And because of that,
so it's like an inverted of Hercules.
The gods cursed them with their ashes. That's the gripe. They
take my ashes, boy.
No, they took his.
Oh wife. My God!
Oh,
that is the origin of Epstein Island.
No, the gods saw it fit punishment to paint him with the ashes of his dead wife and daughter.
Oh, I think I did hear that years ago.
Yeah.
Just didn't retain it. Probably didn't care. Much like I don't care now.
About Epstein Island? Well, that's because you're never on it.
Oh, one day I'll get there.
I was.
Oh, I'm too old now. Yeah.
I was 13. He said, "Get in the van, boy. I got some candy." I'm like, I only get in the van for fucking bikes. There you go, Hubbard. Mom and Dad told me never to get into take candy from a stranger. Well, how about a BMX bike? What kind of BMX bike?
I've got coffee.
I've got a vagina. Wait, never mind.
I know what comes with that. Forget it. Stranger danger.
But honey, I'm your wife. I don't know you.
Al, did you miss me?
Yeah.
With every bullet so far.
The Futurama episode. Al, come on. Cancel let the little guy out. What? Twice in one day, Leela? I'm not Superman. He was talking about his penis. Where'd you get this couch and this TV? And who are those people? They were giving away the street corner, just like you were. Yeah? Too bad they weren't giving away the 3 things you actually need. A back wax, stain-proof underpants, and I forgot what the third thing was.
Wait. Was that in the show?
No, it was Futurama.
Because that's something that Futurama would put in the show.
They did, yes.
I forgot what the third
thing
was.
Because Katie Seagal... No.
Oh, no. That's the something that they would put in Futurama.
No. She said all 3 things. What was it?
Who knows?
It was stain-proof underpants, speed stick,
cluck.
Oh, and a back wax. Yeah.
When Marcy comes over with a chicken or a turkey, it's like, Marcy, I didn't know you were expecting. Yeah, Marcy, why does he keep calling me a chicken? This is fucking. I love Married with Children.
Was great.
I have the whole series.
Yeah,
I bought it. It was like $30 at Walmart or something before, and I picked that up. It's like, oh hell, absolutely.
Well, and Katie Seagal, who played Peggy, she also voiced Tarangalila in Futurama. So as Alcazar was the guy's name that she goes to see, and Al, I did my hair the way you want me to. It's straight up. It's the fucking Married with Children scene. I'm like, oh.
Got like the spandex high pants,
yes,
and the cheetah print like top, the low V cut top.
Hold on. I got you. Futurama, Married with. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Come on.
Oh, here
See?
we go.
There's.
Yeah. I remember.
That was one of the pictures.
I remember that episode.
Oh, it's so great.
I love that show.
Yeah, Futurama was awesome too, man. Bender.
I just got to be one of my all-time favorite characters in cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Bender.
And Finn.
Fry.
No, Jake. Jake from Adventure Time.
Oh, I didn't.
Because they were the same character. It was the
really?
same voice, yep. And
person.
it carries over. Like, he does a lot of his humor from Futurama in Adventure Time.
Adventure Time was an adult cartoon? I have no idea.
No, it was a kid's cartoon, but...
Was it like SpongeBob or
No.
Ren and Stimpy where there's a lot of innuendos, but
No,
anyone could
Legend of
really watch
Zelda.
it? See, I'm getting two different answers here.
No. It was more based... There was some innuendos because they couldn't... So, if you look at Adventure Time and you watch you read the Legend of Zelda storyline, a lot of similarities.
How the fuck did we go from... How the fuck did we go from...
Shut up. For God's sakes.
We went from Futurama and we went from Married to Children to Zelda. Leave it to this guy. Yeah, I love Married to Children. That reminds me, Link.
Well, no, because Bender, Futurama, voiced Jake the dog from Adventure Time, and Adventure Time is like a parallel story, parallel side story universe kind of thing of The Legend of Zelda.
You know, talk about two connections. It would way the fuck off track. I don't know how I'm going to segue this into the actual show, but whatever. But
I got you, bro.
it reminds me of connecting cartoons and whatever. If this is years ago, I saw it. I mean, it might have been a YouTube channel. They were talking about it. You remember the real Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember Venkman, the voice of Peter Venkman, the real Ghostbusters, the one from the late 80s?
I can hear it, but I don't remember who played it.
I don't know. I can't tell you the name of who
I can
played
hear it.
Okay. He also voiced he also voiced Garfield. Bill Murray
in the
was
movies.
Venkman. And Bill Murray voiced Garfield in the live action movie.
Yes.
So in the cartoon world, it was the same person. And in the reality world, it was also the same person. Symmetry.
Well, you got to remember, those shows were so important to us as kids. I mean, that's how adults got us to do what they wanted. They just put cartoons in front of us.
I guess, yeah. But it was just
Like getting on a plane and going to an island. Told you.
That has nothing to do with
Easy segue.
no, but yeah.
Well, that was a hard one. Just like
The,
that old man was when I got in the van. Another segue. I don't want to talk about it.
Reality and cartoons, they mimic each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. So I'm just going to go right into it since there's no way to segue from that. Elon Musk has terminated the Twitter purchase.
Really?
But that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to get it. He might just be playing a card to walk away, to maybe get it for a lower price. Because I guess the idea is he's not getting all the information he wants of how many bots are actually on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think the first number came out was like 5 million, or maybe it was like 5%. Yeah, it was 5% of the total user base of Twitter was bots, and then it went up to 10% possibly. But now, like, there's a lot of people going, what if Twitter is actually like 10% people? Like 2 million people are actually on Twitter, and everything else is bots. So, but he can't get straight information from anyone.
Well,
because he doesn't
tell you it's definitely between 0 and
all of them.
all of them.
Yeah.
We're not lying.
It's somewhere in this vicinity. But so yeah, he terminated the deal.
I did see a headline recently about that, but I didn't. There was, excuse me. It was literally a headline. It was straight up, Elon Musk So, what's the words I'm thinking
That
of?
was the actual headline.
No.
The editor had a stroke.
Musk purchase of Twitter is pending, or is put on hiatus.
I guess, for
Or
the
something
lack
like
of a
that.
better term, that's pretty much what it is. Because he could still go back to it, but I think, I mean, maybe he did just walk away from it. He's like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. I mean, enough has come out already, just in him possibly getting it.
Oh, yeah.
Where everyone's now looking at Twitter and be like, okay, so what is it? But this might actually be him walking away, air quotes, for Twitter to basically give a plea deal and drop the price, because it was a $44 billion it's going to go for right now. Elon and his investors, but they might drop that. The Twitter stock has been plummeting, and Tesla stock has been going up, and I have Tesla stock and not Twitter, so hooray. So that might just be him pulling a card to drop the price to maybe what it's actually worth, because if he buys it for $44 billion and then he goes in and be like, oh, look, even 30% of the base is bots, well, then it's not actually as popular as you say, and the stock isn't worth anywhere near, because he's already, the number he put out there was already worth, before all this, more than what it was actually on the market for.
Yeah.
And now he does that, it's just going to have this huge gap in between what he's paying and what it's actually worth. So now he's just going to walk away, be like, all right, fine, we'll give it to you for $20 billion or whatever.
And it'd actually be worth $50. I'll buy Twitter.
$50. You imagine, like, forget it. Then you have to deal with like all the staff being all pissy about everything, and like, $50 is not worth it. 65, maybe 70, and then I'll talk.
I just want to talk to all the content creators, especially the adult ones.
Apparently, they're all bots. So it's all Google AI.
Get off my platform.
It's all Google AI. That's all the fucking.
Fuck you, Google.
Everyone in don't say that to Google, because they'll ban us.
I can't actually.
Again.
I've actually kind of started to rely on Google a little too much. Fuck off, Google.
Well, I use Google and DuckDuckGo, and there's a third one I was looking at.
I found,
I can't remember what it was though.
A nice, if you do it right, it's about every 30 to 40 seconds. It's about every 45 seconds, 150,000 runes.
I did that one that I sent you. Didn't work at all. I went up, do the whole thing, jumped off, died instantly.
Which
The one where you jump up the tree and you go way up the tree, then you go down the branch and you jump over where we were at.
Oh, I got it to work once.
In the deep root depths.
I got it to work once. I could never get it again.
Yeah, I jumped off and
Yeah, because remember I was on the phone with you when it happened.
Yeah, you doing it. I'm like, wow, I don't need it, but I was like,
I found a better one.
Out of curiosity, I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. So I did it. I jumped off, and before I even reached the ledge where you start from, died.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then the runes spawned up in the tree, and it took forever for me to get up there the first time. I'm like,
I wasted.
So I'm like, okay. So I went back. I'm like, here we go again. And I was already frustrated just because like it's summertime and it's warm and it's summertime, and I just don't have patience for gaming. So I was already frustrated getting up there the first time. So now I got to do it again. So there goes another 15 minutes. Finally get them. But then me, I'm up there. I'm like, hey, I wonder if I can get over there after I got my other 638,000 runes I just lost, and then got them back. So I start jumping up, crossing, die again. They're back up there again, except further up the tree. I'm like, fuck. So I had to get up there again the third time. I got him, like, not this time, buddy. And I went back down, traversed my way back down.
Should have just teleported. I risk falling and dying again.
Yeah, that's the
and this
smart
time
way.
they're like all the way up the top of the tree.
But you know what? The third time I went up, I think it only took me like 4 or 5 tries to get up there.
I had 9 pickled foul feet. Yeah, I stopped doing that one because I went through 4 of them.
Oh, really?
And never got to do it again. I would eat the pickled foot. Like, all right, let's get up there. Nope. God damn it.
Yeah, you gotta get up there, then eat the foot.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to say. Like, if no one knows what the fuck Elden Ring is, it'd be like, yeah, you got to get up there and then eat your foot. You got to get your gold pickle foot and then eat it when you're at the top of the tree. What kind of drugs are you guys on? It's like, no. Once you get to the top of the tree, you eat the pickle foot and then you start taking runes.
But I did.
I did think of that out of context.
Oh, that sounds so much like porn.
I've been to that website.
Drug porn.
A DMT drug porn.
No, but yeah, I found a better one, so I just did that.
Yeah, but
It's so boring. It's so
just-
boring. I don't understand.
oh, the farming?
Yeah.
I can't reach it.
Glitch farming. So boring.
Oh, I don't do the glitch. Well, I guess technically, the only one that's not glitch farming is the original. Yeah,
Bird.
because all you're doing is just resetting.
Which they fixed that ish.
How?
Remember, the bird can stop itself now before it just
No, they
jumps up.
didn't.
Yeah.
Well, if you, yeah, but yeah, you already know that.
Yeah.
You kill them first and then go to the bird. Just go down and if you go down a little ways and then shoot the bird, he just runs straight off.
Yeah.
There's no tree for him to like do that little turnaround, which could sometimes stop him, sometimes not. So that's an easy.
That's the only
adjust.
thing. But this one I do now is better.
What is it? Before we go on here,
So,
I think he fell asleep.
all right, so you know where the bird farm is. If you're looking at the map,
Again, out of context. You know where the bird farm is?
if you look at the map, here's the bird farm. Over here is the ledge grace. It's right by the stone steps, the Coliseum poles. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay, you can't, like, you go to that grace, you can't summon your horse up there. You have to drop off the ledge to the right, and then you can summon your horse. You run straight across the yard, and there's these, like, steps, rock platforms. There's 3 of them. You jump on one, double jump to the next one, double jump to the next one, jump out, jump up to the top of the rock platform now. You run, there's a little crevice shaped like a bat.
Christmas ornament. It's a Christmas ornament. Clearly, that is a Christmas ornament. An
It
Epstein.
doesn't-
That's
it's
an
not
Epstein ornament.
Oh, they don't hang themselves, do they? So
No news yet.
So what you do is you go to the very tip of the V, the very start of the V.
What was that?
And you kind of inch forward your way into it until the whole horse and you fit inside this V
The
gap.
fuck kind of? It's video games, people. Be serious. Great.
So you drop down. It's like it's almost exactly like this. So you
A Subway cup?
no the way it's angled. So you come over, you drop down.
Do I have to censor the Subway?
You have to
Thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not telling people to go buy anything right now.
I wouldn't either. But
I'm not
anyway.
saying this is the greatest. So yeah, you walk off the ledge, you drop down, you have to catch that ledge.
Do you have to take the thing up your asshole like you just did your Mr. Fingers?
Then what you do is you jump out. There's nothing here, and then you do your double jump. And the minute you clear the rock over your head, you start slashing. The whole process takes about 45 seconds,
Oh.
and you get about 150,000 runes.
That's not a lot, though. Because to do 140... Well, you're still in the first playthrough?
Yeah.
All right, well, the second playthrough, for the just regular bird farm, it's 15 seconds with a golden foul foot, and it's about 120-ish thousand in 15 seconds.
Are you on your second playthrough or third
Yeah,
playthrough?
second. And then you go, reset. So in that same time, we'll say 2 times conservatively, that's 400 or 240,000 runes.
Yeah, but for a first playthrough,
Yeah, that was 65 or 70 or something like I was getting. So I suppose that's the difference.
and since I'm up to the point now where I'm almost at 200,000 runes a level.
Ooh, well.
I know. Mr. What, 1.2 mil?
1.5 something mil.
F that and the A.
I haven't really, until I go to a third, fourth,
I need a
fifth
shock collar.
playthrough. Why?
I really got to work on my cursing.
You need a shot collar?
Every time I curse. Fuck.
Oh,
You son of a bitch. Charlie. I developed Tourette's from it.
That's Cartman. Horse fucker.
One of these days, I'm just going to fuck. can kill some
Not
piece
even, not even wearing it, man.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I develop a tick from cursing. All right.
A TikTok? That's actually something I had in notes weeks ago.
Nonced?
No, it's something I had in my notes weeks ago.
Notes? It sounded like you said nonced.
Yeah, nonced. It got denounced from my notes.
Okay.
Weeks ago that there was ticks. We might have talked about it. I can't remember. Ticks that were being developed through social media, specifically TikTok. People, there's all those things. That there were people that were actually like
cooking with Tourette's.
I suppose fooling themselves into thinking they had Tourette's syndrome.
Well, look at transabled fucks.
Oh, yeah, that. Didn't I send that to you?
Yeah. Okay, I got to tell you something, man. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm in a fucking time lapse or we're having a Mandela effect or some fucking shit.
What?
But the other day, we talked about R. Kelly and Maxwell.
Yeah, we already discussed that. We covered it the week before, but the new thing was the suicide watch, and she wasn't suicidal.
No, but the comment I made a few weeks prior to that...
It was a week before.
The week before that even. R. Kelly, 30 years, Maxwell, 20 years, same charges. You had made the comment, and I remember this very vividly. Mm-hmm. You had made the comment, well, yeah, but he also got a few more charges. And I had made the comment, oh, yeah, you're probably right. That's probably
and
why
I
got
still don't remember what the fucking charges were. You said it last week, too.
And then...
racketeering, that was one.
Yeah, and then... Oh, and using his toys. Using his girls before sending them off or whatever.
I want to pee on you. Chip, 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 chip.
Your life will never be the same.
That's okay, but we don't live in the past. We live in the future. The future is now.
But real quick,
and he's still living in the
transabled.
past.
The transabled comment. I made that. I talked about that shit months ago. I remember, not on podcast, of course. So there's no proof. So whatever.
Didn't happen.
Exactly. Fucking hate
exactly.
People. I really hate people's fucking philosophies lately.
Again, going back in the past, which I'm telling you not to do. That whole conversation, the difference between knowing and being aware. The difference between knowing and being aware. It's the same thing. Exactly.
Whatever.
That still cracks me up. Anyway, George Guidestones.
Oh, the lightning strike. Yeah.
Wasn't a lightning strike. Wasn't a lightning strike. That's what a lot of people are saying. And even I looked at it, I'm like, well, lightning strike? I was like, isn't that something else? If it happened to be a lightning strike as well as the mural of George Floyd, it's like, oh, wow, God's pissed. No! No!
God?
No.
What are you talking about? Zeus. He's the one who throws the lightning bolts.
Well, what is Zeus?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
He's a Greek god. There's a difference.
Papa Don? I don't have a hat, so I can't tip it. No, they, apparently they were bombed. Because you can see they have surveillance footage of right before they were bombed. You see someone going up to it, and then it blows up, and then you see this, I think, gray, looks like a Buick or something, driving away.
My problem with that is the amount of explosives that was needed to destroy that.
It wasn't the whole thing. It was just one tower.
But it's still fucking... Dude, it was like the fucking...
Stonehenge?
Stonehenge, yeah.
It wasn't that big. It was big.
Big enough.
But it wasn't that big.
You'd need C4 to do something like that. And I'm sorry, but I don't care who you are. If they pulled right up to it, then the explosion went off, then they drove away, that person's either fucking dead, deaf, or dumb.
Or maybe all of them.
Probably.
What? I like this episode. I love this episode. Probably. I should clip that, and that's the new intro. But he... Oh my God.
Fuck you.
I didn't even fucking know how I'm gonna...
Top that shit,
probably,
bitch.
Probably. Oh, some people were saying it was professional equipment, but not professionally done. Like, they didn't know how to direct the explosion to destroy all of the Guidestones.
Yeah, they just destroyed the ones that said something about women's rights.
Well, they all said the same. They all said the same thing, just in different languages and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, these things...
Let me guess. The only one still standing was the one that had all English on it.
I think the one that was... here's the thing. I've gotten two different stories. One is... I think the actual story was the stone that had English on it was the one that was destroyed. Which would make sense. If someone's going to go and destroy it, they're not going to know what the fuck the other ones are saying, most likely. So they're like, whoa, why is all this crazy hieroglyphics or something? So they're going to go the English one. But before that, I heard something about the Hindi one was destroyed. And they're thinking, oh, it's Shiva, the destroyer of worlds, and she's coming back. The lightning was destroyed. That was during the whole lightning bullshit. Yeah. And then it came out. It's like, no, it was an explosive. And it actually was the English one.
Damn it. I was kind of hoping for the Shiva one. She's
but
got
this one...
8 arms.
This one was...
Imagine getting an HJ from that. One free stay of the
Dr.
week.
Manhattan just like kills you instantly.
Oh, you ripped it off. Oh, I need a cigarette now. You still came, didn't you? Yes, I did.
I came and I went.
This is the problem with humanity. That's why I'm killing you all.
This is, these stones are connected to the New World Order. And there was a comment made, it might have been on Tim Pool, where someone said something along the lines of, wow, so is the right going to start destroying some of the extreme left and NWO monuments? Because, I mean, the left is going after George Washington and Andrews and Ben Franklin and like all these other monuments and trying to destroy them all. And now someone actually goes like, yeah, well, fuck you. Destroys this. Have you seen what's actually on them? Like why they're so kind of controversial, I guess. The biggest thing is the first one that's on them. The inscription is to maintain human. All right. First off, for anyone who doesn't know, I don't know how you don't know, especially by this point, but the Georgia Guidestones were a set of rules that were developed by a bunch of our great thinkers in 1980. And then it was this monument, the Stonehenge-like monument was erected in 1980 to be a set of guidelines for if we ever went into like a nuclear holocaust and fallout. So if anyone came about after, could go to that and be like, what do we do? And then there's like mathematics, there's kind of like the new 10 commandments, air quotes.
Oh, it's funny that you said that because I was just like, wow, I think I read a story about this once.
Yeah.
Guy in a robe goes up, sees a burning bush, gets a shot of penicillin.
10 commandments.
Gets a shot of penicillin so the burning sensation goes away. Comes down with a two stone tablets chiseled. Fuck off!
Well, it wasn't you then.
Yeah, because there would have been a lot more extra chisels in there. Stutter.
Pause. It'd be like Biden. Pause.
I'll just chisel on a loading symbol.
What is that? That's a loading symbol. I'll tell you about that one day. Well, the first one, the most controversial one anyway, is number 1, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. And we're at, 8 billion about?
I think we kind of missed the mark on that one.
2 is guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity.
Speaking of reproduction.
What?
Oh.
3 is unite humanity with a living new language. 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with a tempered reason. 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving internal disputes in a world court. 7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. 8, balance personal rights and social duties. 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And 10, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature.
So there's 10 commandments.
Yeah. Most of them are about control. You could...
Signed, Epstein.
You could read this, I guess, multiple different ways. Some of them like guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, or eugenics. Like, this one's not good. Next. Protect people, nations with fair laws, just courts. I think that's pretty broad in any society. I wish we'd use avoid petty laws and useless officials now. Like, get rid of the IRS and... that all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite.
The infinitely.
Another one. Prize beauty, truth, love. But the biggest, most controversial one, like I said, was the first one. Keep humanity under 500 million.
Yeah, like I said, I think we kind of missed the mark on that one.
Well, again, this is supposed to be in case of a nuclear war.
So we're okay for now. He says if we have a nuclear war, we got to keep humanity under 500 million.
Here's the kicker, though, and this kind of made me chuckle. These were supposed to be, in case of a nuclear war, here's these rules. And then a guy takes one of them out with a little C4.
That just clicked.
So,
I mean, we've all seen Terminator 2.
The people who
we saw what that did to Sarah Connor.
The people who designed it, like,
and that bitch is tough as shit.
Watched it play out, be like, "Fuck, what went wrong?"
Can we get the name of that concrete mixer company that we had for those?
That's what happens when you take the lowest bidder.
Oh shit. Speaking of fucking governments, man, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking Biden sending fuel out of the country.
I do have that.
Yeah,
it's actually a couple down. Yeah,
I heard about that a few days ago.
He exports he exported 5 million barrels of oil during our gas crisis to the CCP. Not all 5 million went to the CCP. Like
someone to China.
770,000 barrels went to the CCP. Specifically, China. It went. It was from our oil reserve, which is for wartime, extreme shortage, stuff like that. Which extreme shortage, not what we're in now. Like an extreme shortage. Like, oh shit, we're out of gas. So he sent it to Sinopec. That's a company. Which is owned completely by the CCP. It's run by Communist Party in China. All right. The same company has ties to Hunter, who Hunter Biden's private equity firm, BHR and Partners, who bought stake in that company 7 years ago for $1.7 billion. So the same company he's selling oil to, or sending oil to, his son has ties to. But that's Russian disinformation.
I hate stupid people. I'm not even that articulate, but I can clearly see the flaw in this design.
Anyone can. Anyone who's not subscribed to a tribe can. Let's see. Okay, it was 950,000. Biden's Energy Department in April announced the sale of 950,000 strategic petroleum reserve barrels to Sinopec. In 2015, a private equity firm Hunter Biden co-founded bought $1.7 billion in stake in Sinopec Marketing.
I want to hear a fucking lefty explain that away.
They won't. because it'll go back on Trump. This is Trump's fault. And I'm not a big like if you put Trump and DeSantis in front of me, I'm gonna be like DeSantis. I'm gonna choose DeSantis. I think Trump is gonna cause more. It's not that Trump didn't do good things when he was in office. The problem is there's so much stigma right now on Trump. It's like nothing's gonna get done, and I'm afraid if he got back in office, as fun as it would be to watch him go through, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. I think most of his focus would be on that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like most of his focus would be on that bullshit. Who fucked me over? Who stabbed me in the back? But DeSantis doesn't have any of that. Like DeSantis just went along during our whole pandemic and be like, we're doing our own thing. I'm not going to shut everyone down and kill my economy and my state because everyone's fucking scared shitless of a virus that we really don't know much about. No, but just watching what's going on, like, it's not as bad as everyone thinks. And we have alternate methods of treatment, but for whatever reason, they're shutting it down everywhere. And he just kind of went, well, we're doing our own thing. Like, good for him. So I would choose DeSantis.
I can agree with you on the DeSantis being a good candidate. I think this time around, I would have a hard time choosing between the two of them, Trump or DeSantis, because I honestly think the other alternative route would be taken by Trump. I think he would just go back in. I would hope for the best, expect the worst. I would hope he would go on back into office. Look, I don't give a shit about what happened before. Let's just get things back in fucking order.
I'd hope so too.
I think that's what he would try to do.
And also, but at the same time, the last time he was in office, it's kind of like you run for president the first time. It's your first job interview. You got to go and say, let me do this job. Then you get in, and that's like your second job interview. I'm going to do everything right by the public so I can get my second term. And notoriously, when presidents get their second term, that's kind of when they either phone it in or they just do a bunch of shit that's like, what the fuck? Like with Biden and drone striking kids and shit like that in his second term. Or what? Not Biden, Obama. Back in from 2008, 2010.
Yeah.
Was it Syria?
Yep, it was.
It was drone striking, and he ended up hitting kids and shit like that. But that was during his second term.
But that was okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing, though, is when they're in their second term, they're not going to get a third term because there's none. So they can kind of be like, all right, we can kind of throw caution to the wind. I mean, not go crazy, but it's not so much, So that's kind of my worry with that. But yeah, so he's still going back. Hunter had a partnership with the firm that bought the oil. It says here, what isn't clear is whether Hunter Biden still owns a piece of BHR Partners or not. The White House has repeatedly asserted that he is no longer involved with the equity firm.
He's involved with his son, isn't he? And his son is involved with the firm, isn't he?
Well, no, it doesn't know if his son is involved with the equity firm. It's not. Well, yeah. Well, again,
that's like saying the girls in the background of the porn scenes when they're making them aren't involved.
Well,
as you see them in the back, he's ready for the scene.
No, it's not even that. It's,
go little
just
rock
look
star.
Look at the whole. Look at the history of everything up in the last couple of years.
Go little.
Let's go
star.
beyond that. Let's go to the campaign trail, which didn't even really exist for Biden. When the whole thing was like, well, we didn't, I didn't know anything about Biden's business dealings and stuff. And then fast forward to now, we have like the laptop, the voicemails on the laptop where it's like, oh, I think you're in the clear for blah, 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 whatever the fuck. There's so many things that are now pointing at Hunter and Joe and their bullshit in Ukraine. And now here we are involving ourselves in a war that we shouldn't be involved in with Ukraine
100%.
and Russia. So
never mind. Never mind. I don't want to get a shadow banned.
Well, dude, I don't understand the algorithm in TikTok anymore. One video it goes like 200. The next video goes 1,500. The next video goes 30,000. And then like the next one goes 200. Then the next one goes 2,000. I fucking know. Who the hell knows?
I don't.
But all I know is
it's
that
a lot like the bumps on that.
whatever it
strange
is
guy's
driving more people to
Little bump, big bump,
Spotify.
little
And
bump,
it's
big
driving
bump.
more people to Rumble, and it's driving more people to YouTube. So whatever the fuck. I don't,
Yeah.
July 4th shooting.
Bumps on penis. What?
The July 4th shooting. How did you not hear about that?
No, I did.
I didn't want to make too much of a thing on it because it's gonna
The
be
parade.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was sitting there. You see the video?
Chicago.
Yeah. Wasn't it Chicago?
It was. Look it up.
I can't remember. I fucking Highland Park. Chicago. The strict gun laws. were
The
protected.
strictest and the most strict gun laws in the country. And they're like, well, how did this guy buy them legally? Because guess fucking what? He didn't.
Well, I don't know if he did or not. What a
Suck on
bitch,
your thumb.
Putin.
Coppery.
You're low iron.
It wasn't really copper, like iron.
Did it taste like a penny?
Kind of.
Yeah, that means you have low iron in your blood. You gotta eat some more broccoli.
You'll just pass out.
All right. Cut all that out. All right.
No.
Well, you could always get iron in your system the way Uncle James does.
Did he not? How do I get iron in
A
my
dumbbell up
system?
the butt.
It works.
It's actually steel.
It's
What?
rubber. Rubber coated. Do you have a good time?
It wasn't for me. Remember that
I'll
one?
never die.
Remember that one?
Yep. And
Just sweep it under the desk. No, but yeah.
Inside joke.
Yeah, inside joke. But yeah, it's strictest fucking gun laws in the country. And it happened there.
Apparently he attacked. I'm not even like bring up his name or anything like that. Just again,
No, you gotta.
that whole discussion. But
Yeah.
I guess he planned this attack for weeks, and he also planned a second attack on top of that. So I was first when I heard it, I was under the impression that he was shot and dead, but no, he's actually in custody.
Yeah, he's alive.
There's another one that had he had pictures of himself in women's clothing and stuff like that.
He had psychological issues.
Shocker.
He had mental disabilities or whatever, mental issues, disorders, whatever it's called. He did have a medical history, a mental medical history, and yeah, the governor, I forgot what her name was.
Lori Lightfoot.
Yes,
And, yeah,
we
the
gotta
mayor
figure
of
out.
Chicago.
We gotta figure out how he got these guns legally. Like I'll find the
I
article.
don't know. Did he? He didn't get them legally.
No.
Okay.
But if you read the article, I'll find the article because I did read that one. She comments, and someone even says apparently there was remarks made about, well, were they purchased legally or illegally? Well, we still have to figure out how he got them legally. Were they purchased legally
Do
or
they
illegally?
have to legally figure it out, or
Yeah, somebody. It was a lot like our governor moment. Remember that shit? Can you tell me the numbers? I don't need the data.
yeah,
It was one of those moments.
yeah. That's fine.
Inside, outside?
That's still
Is that yours or the next door?
fucking. No, it's ours. Mine. Whatever.
Inside?
I don't know. I don't care. I guess there was 6 dead, 36 or 38 injured, something like that.
It's high number
I
injured
can't
versus
remember.
dead.
I guess there were 7 counts of first degree murder. But there was something else I was going to add to that. And I cannot fucking remember what. Something else I heard. Oh shit! There was women's clothing, but it was right off the bat, like probably the biggest fucking thing is the whole thing is politicized, of course.
Oh yeah.
The first thing that was said is like, well, it was a Trump supporter. It was a big right wing thing. But then if you go back and like, yeah, he was a Trump supporter, but he also had a lot of left leaning things. But then if we're going again with he was mentally distraught, I guess for lack of a better term, I don't really think any political anything he
It
says
doesn't
on either
matter.
direction. Yeah, and well, he's fucking nuts. So
Left or right, it doesn't
Yeah,
fucking matter.
I mean, what if he just had a bunch of Bible scripture in there?
Act of God. Oh, in comes Catholic Church. Finger in the butt.
But it doesn't, like, again, what's it matter at that point? Does
Sorry, that was actually a good one. Probably couldn't make another first one like that. Nope, not as good. You get one in a while, once in a while.
he rates him? Boris Johnson steps down, or he resigns. British Prime Minister.
Yeah,
He steps down. He was,
BPM.
he did, that was kind of out of left field too, because there was in the late spring they had the vote of no confidence,
Yep,
which I think we talked about briefly.
we did. We touched base on it. We didn't really dive into it, but we did
He
mention it in passing.
just barely in that vote, just barely passed.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and then he said, "This is today's Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It was last week." I think it was like the end of last week. He said, "I'm not leaving this office. Like, I'm not going anywhere." And then suddenly he's like, "I'm stepping down." Like, what was said to him? Who said what? Why did he just suddenly step down? Which,
That's what happened. Somebody asserted dominance, because that's how you assert dominance.
is the whole reason. I guess it's all the
Stick a
lies.
finger in someone's butt. You want to be on top of them? You see how I can get this guy to shut down? He knows. Go ahead, sorry. You responded. You shut down perfectly on that one. I have to run with this joke.
No,
I don't like putting things inside of other men.
but I do it anyway.
Unless it's me, and it's usually food or soda. One a day.
You shove that up your ass.
This counts as one.
I get there's new like 50. There was numerous members of his cabinet had resigned over the last few days before he had resigned, and it was 35. I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot. But then I looked into it the day after he resigned, and it was up to 50. And there was like his whole
Enron.
fucking cabinet was like,
It was Enron.
I'm out. But the reason is because the whole nation was looking at him, being like, "Dude, you're a fucking liar." It's pretty much the way, like half of our nation's looking at Biden, like, "Dude, you're a fucking liar." Like, what the fuck? But
It was Enron all over.
that's Twitter. That's Twitter. Where they're
No,
just
no.
fucking burning shit and be like, "Oh, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it." It's all good. It's all fine.
You mean to tell me you don't think there was a shredding party over there in the British office?
I don't know, because they're all stepping down. Everyone's just leaving, which is really interesting. It's like, wow, that's a mass exodus. Like, what's going on? But on top of that, allegedly, Italy wants its prime minister to resign as well. Now, Italy's jumping on that bandwagon. They want to oust their prime minister. And Sri Lanka, their prime minister was chased out of the fucking country. Yeah. They had a bunch of people riot, like our January 6th, and they went to their capital, whatever the fuck, protesting
That
him.
must have been Trump supporters.
And the fucking MAGA people. Now they're over in Sri Lanka. We have to fucking do something about these domestic terrorists over in another country. Fucking domestic terrorists over in another country.
The left could probably
The
find a way.
left keeps going so far left, they're going to end up in Sri Lanka to fight them.
The left have gone so far left, they're right.
That's right. Or left. Whatever the fuck. I
They
don't
went
even know.
all the way around. Oh shit! Let's go back.
But if they go left, but then veer left as they're going left, then they can go north and south too. And then their left is actually up for us. The
Then
right.
they're going up and going down.
Wait. I just lost myself. I'm scared. It's cold.
Now you're addicted to crack. I'm cold.
Yeah, so they chased them out of the country.
Yeah. Shit, man, I did not hear about that one.
The fucking the world's falling apart.
Isn't it? Oh, wait a minute! All this new world order talk. It's kind of
You said it.
kind of conspicuous.
You said it.
That a lot of these countries are ousting their leaders.
You said it. I thought it, but you said it.
That's fine. I hope
why-
people think I'm. I really. Now that you mentioned that, you thought it, I said it. I really fucking hope people watching this are like, he's the smart one. He's the crazy one.
Well,
I'll fucking cut you.
Well, this isn't actually my podcast. I'm forced to do this in my house because he threatens to cut me.
With my...
You better get a hold of me and ask me if I'm coming over. All right, dude. Jeez.
And then we're going to play Elden Ring after. As long as you ask, and I say yes, or maybe.
I can't. My the network is down. PlayStation network is down. It's been down since yesterday.
Put your hotspot on. My network's
No,
been...
my internet's fine. The network is down.
I've been playing yesterday and today. No
I
problem.
haven't been able last night or today all day. Network's been down.
Must be a PlayStation thing. Sony
It is.
equipment.
Piece of shit. Fuck you, Sony.
I was waiting for it. Inside joke. For those of you at home who don't
That's
know,
my gamer age. Comes out, it's like this fucking garbage system.
to him it's the equipment, to me it's the network. Fucking network, fucking lag, fucking game creators, fucking controller, fucking system, fucking shitty internet.
Listen, if I pay for a service in internet, I expect to get the service. My money's going there, so I should get something in return. Now, if I'm giving them constant money, but they're giving me partial return, kind of pisses me off. We can put domes over our sports arenas, though. God forbid I can play a fucking match in Brawlhalla.
Oh, shit.
Anyway.
Sorry, continue. Continue.
All right. Going back to the whole oil thing, there was one thing that was actually brought up by, I think it was a caller, either on Tim Pool or Ben Shapiro or something like that, that maybe the reason why we sent 950,000, well, 5 million altogether barrels out from our reserve is maybe it was, what's the name, sour crude oil and not sweet crude oil, because I guess we process sweet crude oil. It's easier. Sour crude oil, if I can remember this, sour crude oil is oil that has 0.5% hydrogen sulfide, or more than 0.5% hydrogen sulfide in the oil, and I guess it's too hard to process or refine for us.
Oh,
in the States.
okay. Yep.
And sweet crude oil is less than 0.5%, obviously,
Less than pure.
of hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. So that might have been the reason why we sent that, because it's like, well, it'd be just easier to send that out. Give them the shitty stuff.
We're going to send you guys some stuff to help. Give them the shitty stuff.
It's like we need water. It's like, send them the sulfur water. So maybe, in Biden's defense, the administration's defense, maybe we just gave them the shitty stuff.
Listen, Lefty.
Oh, God.
He's starting to talk like Joe, too. Oh, God. And the kids, they rubbed my legs.
Speaking of, did you see when
Some of them are under pressure.
Yeah, you see when he had his another Biden. I don't even know what to call it. It's just fucking pulled of Biden. He's become a fucking verb now. So he was reading off his card. He had some quote in regards to abortion or some shit like that. And at the end of the quote, it says, "End of quote. Repeat the line." It was on the teleprompter telling him this is the end of the quote. Now repeat that same line. And he just read the fucking whole thing out. And the White House doubles down on it and gaslights us and fucking defends it. I was like, well, actually what he said was end quote. And he said, I'm going to repeat that line. As clear as fucking day, he does not say either of those two things. He just reads the fucking teleprompter verbatim. This is the quote, end of the quote, repeat the line.
You know... Hold on. I guess maybe you can call me a lefty after this statement.
What a fucking lefty.
I'm going to defend Biden on this one then, because is really everything going on Biden then? Because this guy is such a fucking puppet.
No.
He is reading verbatim what a teleprompter says. Just like Anchorman. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
There's so many comparisons. There's so many comparisons.
You're fired.
To Ron Burgundy. But this isn't like the administration bad, blah, blah, blah. This is just strictly Just funny. It's a gaffe. It's just funny because exactly what you said. The poor guy is on uppers all the time, or most of the time. And when he's not on uppers, it's clear as day because then the freedom or whatever of America can be defined in one word. The or some shit like that.
Could you spell that?
Mobilize a true international pressure.
Could you use it in a sentence, please?
He does. I don't know how or if it makes sense or not. Well, it doesn't make sense, at least
The
to
Joe
us.
Biden first annual spelling
Maybe
bee.
Joe Biden is the next evolution of humans. And we're all making fun of him. It's like, wow, he's actually smarter than us. But we're too dumb to realize. So we just call him dumb.
The first annual Joe Biden spelling bee. Some of it under pressure. Could you use that in a sentence, please?
Was there a number in there?
I thought I heard a niner.
Or you call him from a walkie-talkie? No, it was a cordless.
Oh, shit. Too soon.
Speaking of my shit internet and network, there's a complete internet outage in Canada, including 5 of their main banks, and they're holding all transactions.
Oh, yeah. I did read something about that.
I actually read that before my fucking network went down, and I checked it last night. And you know how you can go to the website right on the PlayStation. They'll let you know the status of everything. And last night it was green. Everything was fine. Well, this morning I was like, wow, what the hell? I'll check it again. And I checked it, and it was all reds. Like, we're experiencing issues, blah, blah, blah. Which I find it interesting that you're having no issues. But last night, couldn't get on anything. I reset my router, nothing.
Well, no. Hold on a second.
And this morning, not this morning, when we got back from the lake, I turned it on. It was still said sign into network, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know.
So, which, again, not really a big deal. It's the summertime, and I don't fucking give a shit if I play any video games during the summer. But, yeah, so Canada now has a main internet outage, which, again, this was fucking said by Alex Jones and a bunch of other people. What, in the wintertime or way back last fucking year? It's like in the fall of 2021.
Yeah.
So we're going to have rolling power outages, brownouts, blackouts.
No,
and
it
also
was winter
internet.
of 2020, if I remember correctly.
Who the fuck knows? But this has been said by a multitude of people. This is what's going to happen. The grid's going to go down. Power's going to go out. We're rolling blackouts, brownouts, especially, in the cities. But it's always in the cities, especially in the summertime. So they're running AC constantly. So. But then he also said, or people also said, we're also going to have a lot of internet outages. Lo and behold, here we are. Canada is fucking completely out, or just about. And my fucking shit Sony network is out. So never mind Canada and their banks. Wang, I can't get money. I can't fucking play ball. Now let's talk about first world problems.
No Pornhub for Canada.
Hey.
Hey. About.
Actually, I didn't even mean
that. Sorry, Canada. Thank you for Letterkenny, though. That's a great show. It really is.
I hope their internet was up long enough for them to see the high-profile name list that came out for Epstein. And one of them that was on it. Or 2 of them, actually, that was on it.
Biden and Trump?
No, not Biden. Oh. Trump and Trudeau. Which is funny. So you can't say left or right in that because that's a left and a right. Trudeau, he's big time. Like, he ran... No, Trudeau? No, that was Boris Johnson. He ran the Conservative Party in the UK. Yeah. And he went completely liberal. And in the last year or so, or right after Biden was elected, he went suddenly, he's a conservative, and he went completely liberal with all their policies. But anyway, going back to, Trudeau is on the list. Named by an Epstein pilot.
Yeah, for just being on the Epstein jet.
Yeah. Again, yeah. Which isn't like, he was touching whoever the fuck. But it sure doesn't. It narrows down the list when you have a list of, well, these are the people that were there or on the plane. So then you narrow down that list of who could it be.
Pee Wee Herman. Walt Disney. He's dead. No. He's been on the plane a few times.
He's still here. These dead people are fucking going to Epstein Island. He wasn't there. Look,
They're not dead.
I got his voting registration. He voted fucking Biden too.
They're not dead.
What?
They're living off adrenochrome.
That's true. They're on Epstein Island.
Drinking
The
adrenochrome.
dead people are on Epstein Island drinking adrenochrome and voting Biden. 81 million votes.
Speaking of voting Biden, I saw in the notes you had mentioned about other states are questioning the election.
Yeah, there's what was it? Arizona. There was another one that actually nullified the 2020 results for the presidential election. Let me look it up here.
Yeah, I remember watching a TikTok video, and it got me to looking into it. I forgot what state it was, but there was a state that did 3 recounts,
Yeah.
and every time got a different number. The first number put Joe and Biden and Trump neck and neck. And then the second number, there was the automated count, which put them neck to neck.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was the...
Decertify, not nullify, but
Then there was another count.
Michigan. That's what it was. Go ahead.
There was a second count that was done hand count, which put then Biden above Trump, but only by a slim amount. And then there was a third count that... But here's the thing. But that put Biden significantly higher than Trump.
Right.
But here's the thing. If I remember correctly, it was like 5 million votes. Then it went up to like 5.2 million votes. Then it went up to like 5.7 million votes. So every time they recounted, the numbers changed, and all of a sudden Biden is winning. I forgot what state it was. Fuck.
That's a recount now.
I forgot what state it was, but it was a TikTok video that made me. It was talking about it. Like the guy was in a courtroom getting questioned about it. I would assume under oath. And it got me to look into it. I can't remember. I skimmed through the article because I was literally waiting. I was at work, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting for my light to change so I could move my equipment. So I'm like, they said about 10, 15 minutes. So I'm like, looking, check, 10. Oh, there's the article. Start skimming. Fuck, there's the green light. Gotta go.
Yeah, Michigan was one they're trying to decertify it. But there was, I want to say it was Arizona. It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it was Arizona. I'm also looking on Google and trying to find something that is for Trump and against Biden on Google is fucking impossible. But, I don't know. I do know that there's been people that have come out and said that either their vote didn't count, like they had
Arizona's Maricopa County during the 2020. Holy shit! I found it, and that's weird. A constitutional amendment and a time machine. Fact-checking calls to decertify the 2020 election.
right.
CNN reported a partisan report reviewing millions of ballots cast in Arizona's Maricopa County during the 2020 presidential election is being used by a number of Republicans to call for decertifying the results of last year's election in the state. Trump endorsed candidate. Yeah, basically, the left is trying to say that this is CNN obviously reporting. So they're saying, that this attempt to decertify their results is just a pipe dream. It's a sham that the left is trying to...
Well, if that was Arizona, I know of Michigan, if they overturned it, it would only be like 16 electoral votes. So because what Trump had or Biden had like 302 or 306 electoral votes, and Trump had like 230 something.
Pennsylvania's another one.
Yep. Oh, really? Pennsylvania? Because I know they were dead set against it, like the whole thing. But
Pennsylvania decertifies. This is off the Washington Post.
really,
Pennsylvania decertifies county
Fucking
voting
shocker.
system following private company audit promoted by pro-Trump state senators. Pennsylvania's acting secretary
see,
of state.
that's the fucking problem.
Hold on.
All right.
But here's the thing, it's weird. Pennsylvania's acting secretary of state has decertified a county's voting system for future elections after it was subjected to a review by a private company, an effort promoted by a group of state senators supporting former President Donald Trump.
The problem I have with it is
Wow. Well, here's the thing, though. They decertified it for future use because there was problems. I'm skimming. So there was obviously problems in the voting system. They're decertifying it for future use, but this election, it's okay to use it.
the mail-in.
I don't know.
Oh, you talking about the 2020 election?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to keep... Well, one, it's 2 years past, so you're a little fucking late, you know? Like, if they had done this in the months prior and did all this shit and it came out, that would be one thing. But we're 2 years in, so it's one of those things, you're at the halfway point. It's like, man, you just fucking let this quote-unquote red wave come and take over the Senate, you know, and the House, or do you like fight to overturn it now, and then what do you do? Like, do you fucking have Trump come back in for the last two years of the term? Like, what's the point?
You know what?
But when
Hold on. It's funny that you mentioned that. Who was it? I'll Google it as soon as I finish making this comment.
all right,
There was another president that served...
like 2 years or something.
No, he did 10 years. Hold on.
Oh, that was like an 18 something or other, wasn't it? Or fucking
Hold on. What president served 3 terms? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. On July 18, 1940, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who first took office in 1933 as America's 32nd president, is nominated for an unprecedented 3rd term. Roosevelt, a Democrat who would eventually be elected to terms, was the only president to serve more than 2 terms.
yeah. What was the?
If I remember... Oh, wait. Four terms? Wait, what?
That's a fucking dictatorship.
Oh, he served 3 before the amendment, the 22nd Amendment that a president can lose. That's how he served 3 terms.
Legally.
What president was 300 pounds? William Howard Taft.
Of course he was.
How can a president serve 10 years? Here you go. The 22nd Amendment says a person can only be elected to be president 2 times
Right.
for a total of 8 years. It does make it possible for a person to serve up to 10 years as president. This can happen if a person, most likely the vice president, takes over for a president who can no longer serve their term.
Which makes sense, yeah.
Which...
Kamala Harris.
Pass.
You know what's funny is watching the left scramble right now for someone who is going to run for president in 2024. Even when Biden says, I'm going to run, it's almost like the left just looks at him and like, kind of like your like grandpa has dementia. And when he says, I'll help you guys move I'll help you guys pave the driveways.
Alzheimer's.
Okay, grandpa. But you're not going to like,
Alzheimer's,
you won't tell him. It's like, you'll put him in front of the TV, watch Jeopardy while you sneak out the back door to work on whatever the fuck you're going to work. Like, they just completely ignore
All I
him.
can think of is Joe Biden being the old man in that scene in Waiting. What was the... Monty. Well, hello, Monty. What's going on, sir? Well, I feel like I'm senile. I feel like I'm going... the guy... hold on. Give me a minute. Fucking just bear with me for a second.
Wow, man,
okay?
the internet's bad here. The internet's bad there. It's just loading
He goes,
everywhere.
how does he go? He goes, it used to be great. I could walk around, give kid in my underwear, and give middle kids the finger. And as long as I was smiling, people thought I was just going crazy. I was going senile. Now I do it, and I realize I'm not smiling, and I don't even realize I'm doing it half the time. And that's when Ryan Reynolds, who plays Monty, goes, Alzheimer's ain't all that bad. It's great. You get a chance to meet new people every day. That's all I think of is Joe Biden right now. It's like, I used to love it. I could, just smile and walk around my underwear and give kids the middle finger. As long as I was smiling, that's okay. I could just smile and walk into hedgerows and trip downstairs, and as long as I was smiling, people thought I was going crazy.
Yeah, and fall off bikes. And
now I'm waking up and realizing I'm doing these things and I don't smile. It's okay, Mr. President. You can run for next term.
Poor guy. But seriously, if you watch him when they ask him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna run for the next term and whatever." Nobody on the left takes him seriously. Like nobody, they can't stand Kamala. Nobody, not even the left. I don't think they can just like, "Oh, we gotta get this fucking broad out of here." And I think the only person that has any kind of merit to maybe run is Michelle Obama, who's really a man. At least that's what they say. And boy, I've seen a lot of videos where I'm like,
oh God, I'm sorry. I just want to apologize in advance. I just realized why.
We've been fucking banned, so whatever.
Okay, I just realized why Joe Biden elected or chose to have Kamala Harris, a woman.
It's as clear as clear.
As his VP. Yeah, he needed a chick in the White House to make him a sandwich.
Well,
an official sandwich.
Yeah. And she cackles.
Da 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 da. Banned. Imagine how funny would it be?
Oh, that's the line right there.
How funny would it be if you put this up tomorrow? Fucking Monday night, Kamala, get in here. Hold on, Joe. Walks in. Listen to this podcast. These guys are saying.
Look at these whippersnappers here.
Here you go, Joe. Here's your sandwich. The only reason.
Take my little TV.
The only reason Joe Biden elected a woman is because she makes him a sandwich. Motherfuckers.
Damn it. They're right.
They figured us out.
I hate them. Send them to Ukraine. Send them to Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Fucking Trump supporters. The domestic terrorists.
Oh man, how funny would that be? I would pay $1 million to see a picture of Kamala handing Joe Biden a sandwich right now. Somebody do that for me.
I'm sure it's
photo edit it.
There's something out there.
Do what you gotta do. Put it in the comments of this one, please.
That makes sense. That's his era. That's his generation. Really.
Not touching that one. Not touching that one. You said it. I'm thinking it. You said it.
And I'm not saying anything, but I think anyone who's gonna get it, collectively, we all just did that in our brains. Like, oh yes, that generation exactly. Anywho, let's get off that topic.
Yeah, please.
You know who Coyote Peterson is?
I've heard the name.
All right, I stumbled across him on YouTube a while ago, and my daughter loves watching him. He had like this independent nature show, basically, and it's kind of picked up a lot of steam.
Factor.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm just gonna let everything fucking bite me and sting me.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's it. Actually, it was like, what the hell? All right, let's watch this. So got watching.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. Apparently, the show's called Brave Wilderness for anyone who's interested, but he found a large primate skull in British Columbia. Like, very large primate skull. And I guess he smuggled it across the border into the States.
Where? Up his ass?
Possibly. Maybe he wore it as a bike helmet. I got it at Walmart. All right, get out of here, eh?
Futurama. How bad is it desecrating the remains of an ancient civilization as he's drinking coffee out of the Indian skull?
But a large primate skull in British Columbia, or anywhere in the North American, anything northeast or north anywhere, is not normal. It's not a regular thing.
Yeah.
Like, most of Gigantopithecus, I guess, was in the Central America or something to that effect, or out in the West.
Yeah, but he was up north.
He found it in British Columbia, and automatically everyone went, Bigfoot. Even I went like, I did the whole bearded dragon sideways look.
Cricket?
Yeah. Poor
How do
guy,
I-
can't catch him.
How do I eat this thing?
So he, I guess, but a lot of people, like I said, were like, well, it's probably Gigantopithecus, which is basically the. I was gonna say medieval, but it's basically the ancient Bigfoot. It's our medieval Bigfoot is Gigantopithecus.
Aw, listen to this.
What?
I typed Coyote Peterson, find skull. This is off of livescience.com, so could be fake,
Yeah, we don't know.
could be real. Scientists dismiss Coyote Peterson's large primate skull discovery as fake.
Oh, really?
A large
I would not think Coyote. I'm glad you looked that up. I would not think Coyote Peterson of all people. Go ahead.
A large primate skull was allegedly found in British Columbia by American Excuse me, sorry.
He's gonna pass out.
Found in British Columbia by American YouTuber Coyote Peterson, according to social media posts he shared on Thursday, July 7th. In those posts, Peterson wrote that he had hid the discovery for several weeks from government officials and any others who might try to seize our footage of the excavation. However, experts told Live Science that Peterson's claim is highly suspect and that secretly extracting and transporting animal remains across national borders may be illegal. Oh, I wondered why he hid it then.
Well, yeah, yes, but then going along with kind of in agreement with the article, why of all people would Coyote Peterson tarnish his reputation for a fake story of a quote Bigfoot skull find, or whatever you want to call it, large primate skull find? Like, he's built this following from a YouTube channel using social media, pretty much the Dane Cook of nature shows. Why would you just throw all that away for something like this? Unless what he actually found is like a Coca-Cola bottle. I got a skull!
Peterson.
That's Crystal Pepsi.
Yanan Wang, a graduate student in the Geospatial Intelligence Program at Johns Hopkins University, geologist and author of The 50 State Fossils, a guidebook for aspiring paleontologists, Schiffer Publishing Ltd. 2018, noted that Peterson's skull closely resembles a cast of a gorilla skull that's available for purchase on AliExpress.
Maybe someone just dropped it there. Someone will find it. And then leave it to fucking a guy that has a nature show finds it. And it was actually left behind by like an 8-year-old kid.
And well, here's the thing, like you could see pictures.
I saw a picture of it.
The excavation.
After the fact?
No, during.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I saw one picture where he's actually pulling the thing out of the ground or whatever it is, picking it up off the floor, and still had the price tag sticker on it.
Yeah, and I don't know.
What is that ancient marking?
It's really weird.
Target?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. So now we don't know. We don't know if he found Bigfoot Pithecus or maybe it was just a toy. An Amazon toy. Not in the Amazon. I mean the company Amazon.
Yeah, that's I don't know. You're right though. I gotta agree with that one. I mean,
it just seems kind of foolish. I mean, maybe he just went like, "Fuck this! I'm done with this gig. I found Bigfoot."
Yeah,
but it just seems weird if it was, unless it was an honest mistake and it's like, "Damn it! I found a toy." But it just seems foolish that he would throw all of that he put himself through all those fucking stings and bites and everything. It's like, I finally made it. Now for the Bigfoot thing. Yeah. Like, it just seems weird, but hey, I
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
we got crazier things. So we've seen crazier things and read of some.
Like Biden for president.
Or the zombie virus. The Marburg virus.
Yep.
Which is found in African fruit bats. Another bat virus. Spreads
bats.
This one is...
How long before you think DC cancels Batman because they're afraid he's in the past VDs now?
You can't do this. He's going to turn people into fucking zombies. Rabies, zombies, corona.
Way to go, Batman.
What an asshole. And Morbius. That's. I think that's specifically why they postponed that till now. Because that was supposed to come out. They were advertising it as corona was picking up over in Asia. It was like that with January, February. They're like, it came out bad. Marvel was, or Sony was like,
Well, that was like, what was the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Leguizamo? Collateral Damage, I think it was. That was supposed to be released. I think 9/11 was what, Friday?
Tuesday, I think.
Oh, okay.
I want to say, I could be wrong, but I think
it was supposed to be released that Friday after it happened.
Yeah.
And it was all about terrorism, blowing up buildings.
Or maybe, no, I think it was a Wednesday because SmackDown was the next day, the next night, and they had a tribute. So I think it was a Wednesday.
But they ended up waiting a year to put the movie out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stories like that.
Yeah.
A video game or maybe a movie posters or covers that had like the Twin Towers blowing up and shit like that. Like, oh, we can't do that now. It's a bad idea. But anyway, going back to this Marburg virus.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people are comparing it now. There's not a lot of cases. There has been. I think the biggest cases throughout the years was like 132, and it's all in like Uruguay, like way like in Africa. It's
Wakanda?
forever. But it's not really a big thing as of now. I guess it's got a high infection rate. The virus spreads through direct contact, such as through broken skin or mucous membranes in eyes, nose, mouth, blood or body fluids.
28 days later.
Urine, saliva, feces, vomit, breast milk, amniotic fluid, semen of a person who is sick or has died from the virus. Objects contaminated with body fluids.
So here's a word of caution, folks. If you find a dildo in a dead body, disinfect it before you use it.
Signs and symptoms. I'm going to see this. I saw its quick list of it, and I was like, what the fuck? But nausea, vomiting, chest pain, sore throat, abdominal pain, diarrhea may appear. Symptoms become increasingly severe and can include jaundice, inflammation of the pancreas, severe weight loss, delirium, shock, liver failure, massive hemorrhaging, multi-organ dysfunction.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion,
Many signs, symptoms,
stomach, diarrhea.
The case fatality rate is between 23 and 90%.
That's something to worry about.
That is a fucking problem. Not fucking everyone's arguing coronavirus was a 0.09 something or 0.08 something. Fuck it. Like
the numbers were low.
Get the fuck out of there. Like that. When you have forget the 90%, 23% mortality rate. That's a fucking problem. That's about 1 in 4 people.
That finds a way to go airborne. Then be my guest and call for a pandemic.
That's a fucking pandemic. That is one like stay in your homes. Like okay, I don't want to bleed out my anus. Like fuck that.
Yeah, because that's not normal, right? Huh. Whew. It's a good thing no one here.
As I said that, I thought about it.
It's a good thing no one here bleeds out their anus. I should really get that looked at.
The incubation period is 2 to 21 days. Symptom onset is sudden and marked by fever, chills, headache. Oh my god, this is a fucking coronavirus. Like, I don't know what I have.
So, does it literally zombify you?
No, it's just some of the other things that I was looking was actually sort of bleed from like the tear ducts and shit like that, like in extreme cases. So it looks like the rage virus from 28 Days Later. So they call it the zombie virus. But all you got to do is, I think it was a mutated rabies virus in 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. And that's what caused that. So all you got to do is take that. Let's take the movie Wreck. Or, well, yeah, it was Wreck. It was Quarantine. In the States. They remade it and called it Quarantine. But take the movie Wreck, and you have that, where you have some crazy guy who in a high-rise or an apartment building in the city that never leaves, and he's actually has a huge lab in his room, and he fucking makes this crazy fucking virus in his living room.
So it's not really so much, but it would be more of a plague. It's just a plague, right? That would fall under the terms of, like, with that mortality rate, that basically would be like a plague, sweeping the nation, causing a pandemic.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, okay. I just
Except
because the coronavirus wasn't a plague.
no,
If it's gonna
it was just
kill you,
pandemic. So
yeah, all right, yeah, a zombie plague,
and plus, is there any difference between the two?
pandemic and a plague. You look up what is a pandemic.
No, a plague and a virus.
Oh, all right. You look up what is a virus. I will look up what is a plague. What is a
Well,
plague?
I mean, you can just look it up and just go to dictionary.com.
What is the definition? A contagious bacterial disease characterized by fever and delirium, typically with the formation of buboes, bubonic plague, and sometimes infection of the lungs. What is the definition of virus? You said virus?
Yeah.
An infective agent that typically consists of a nucleic acid molecule in a protein coat.
Now that's a fucking epidemic.
Excuse me.
Yeah, a plague just says the source is epidemic, occurs, contagion, infection, infestation, influenza, invasion, outbreak.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't.
So it's really no different.
I wasn't too clear. World
Okay.
War Z. I'm going to Brad Pitt's house.
Like I said, it's the same thing.
I'm going to Brad Pitt's house. He lived.
He did. Boy, that really fucking that movie just kind of
That changed the zombie game
Well,
forever.
no, it didn't. I'm not talking about like what the zombies were, because the zombies were glorified ants in that movie. But if that movie, the way it plays out, it just kind of goes going through the city and everything. All of a sudden, like a couple people run by, like what the fuck, and then it was just. It's like they just dial it up. It's like, oh, what's going on? Zombies! And turn it up to 11. Like, what the fuck? They just get right into it. Like, I think the best modern zombie movie, even though it was a remake, was the remake 2004 Dawn of the Dead. I think that was brilliant. I expected to hate that movie, and I watched it,
very good
and I
one.
was like, wow, they stayed true to the original, but they took it sort of in their own direction when they were doing it. I was like, and it was so brilliantly done. Like the zombies ran, and they were actually fucking terrifying. It was like, well done.
But that's just it. Like, we've always had the concept. We developed the concept of what a zombie should be.
Well, in 1930, I think it was 1931 or 1932.
There's never been
the
a physical
white zombie. The movie White Zombie, which that was the voodoo fucking bullshit, which wasn't living dead at all.
No, it was just a person possessed, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is the characteristics, I guess, what's it called? What's the word I'm thinking of? The MO of a zombie is slow, lumbering.
Yeah. Plan 9 from outer space.
But World War Z, I'm going to make this is a very big stretch of a comparison, okay? But just hear me out.
Go ahead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Awesome.
Night of the Dead. or the original Black. What was it?
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Flesh Eaters originally.
Night of the Living Dead to World War Z. I liked it because of the idea they had. The best way to look at it in comparison to anything else would be Dracula to Twilight. The reason I say it, hear me out. They took it, the original vampire idea, and said, "This is a self-made concept. This is what we came up with, and people have jumped on it, and they've lived by such a strict code. Like, if these were ever to be real, this is what they would have to be like. Let's think outside the box." That's what they did with the vampires from the original 1940s to the Twilight series. That's what they did, if you ask me. That's what they did with the original Night of the Living Dead to World War Z. All right, look, we have this basis of what a zombie is. And this is what they're going to be like. There's no way they could be anything else. And then World War Z comes out and says,
Yeah, but that had been done, like I said, the running zombies that had become a staple.
No, but what I meant, not the running zombies. I mean the whole, like, ant.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw that preview, I'm like, oh, they're behaving like ants. And then come to find out, they'd actually, the producer or whoever the fuck, when they did, like, the behind the scenes or whatever, they're just like, yeah, we designed them after the way ants, when they just climb on each other. I'm like, well, all right, well.
Now, how fucked up would it be if zombies did come to exist one day and that's what they were fucking like?
It would kind of, I mean, they were very agile.
I'm done.
They were very agile.
Not even trying.
Oh, I would. They were very agile. But I understand with your comparison with Dracula and whatever.
I won't sit there and say the Twilight movies were the greatest movies of all time. Was it a good? It
was like just dialing up both of them, both franchise or whatever. Both fucking movies, just taking the idea, the concept, and just like, fuck it, let's just no boundaries. Just pump the volume.
The reason I'm bringing this up, the reason I'm diving so much into this, is because I would love to see them try that with some other things.
It was fun. Like World War Z was fun. I don't think it was the best zombie movie, but it was definitely fun.
Oh, definitely fun. Definitely not the best zombie movie either. Vampires, werewolves, I guess. I don't think Twilight really did too much with that. But give me a new werewolf movie, like Underworld.
Yeah, they already did
that. Was a good, like,
actually, fuck Underworld. American Werewolf in London, like and what was the other one?
Werewolf in Paris.
No. The
Dog Soldiers.
The transformation scene in that. An American Werewolf in London.
Oh,
when he actually turns it, and they actually have like the effects. They show the practical effects of his like elongating. Like, that was fantastic. That movie was just fucking fantastic. The Howling series, that was good too. That was back in the 80s.
Yep.
That was really, so they've already went and actually made werewolves scary, like fucking good.
Yeah, I think
the Underworld series, that was more comic book kind of just action.
But
it had elements of horror, but
once again, I think that was a very good attempt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
At changing what the werewolf could be. But not just some dude who grew hair and teeth and howled at the moon. No, this fucking dude turned from a 5'11" guy to a 7 foot tall fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger with fangs.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun.
But yeah,
I
mummies.
Love the originals.
I'd love to see them try to do a new mummy like that.
I mean, they did that too with Brendan Fraser, though. The Mummy series.
Not really.
What? It was called The Mummy, and it was the Mummy. It was the story.
But the concept of
you mean a guy wrapped up in bandages?
Yeah, maybe
they did that too.
When?
Monster Squad in the fucking, what was it, 86 or 87? I think it was 86.
That was actually a good movie.
Like that's been done.
No, but what I mean is take it.
I think they did it in the show Goosebumps too, and they did it in was it Monsters or Tales from the Dark Side or one of those? That's a show though. But anyway,
what I'm talking about is I want to.
I know what you're talking.
Yeah, change the whole concept of what a mummy could actually be. You know, like the mummy has always been this person who reanimated corpse, who has supernatural powers.
Yeah, make him like Bruce Lee, dead Bruce Lee from Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
No, like change it to the fact where it's like we may have mummies living around now, where
Biden. We already did that too.
what was the Crypt Keeper's name?
Crypt Keeper.
Crypty?
No, it was just the Crypt Keeper.
No, he had a name.
What was your name? Well, that's not the Crypt. That's a creep show, or that's the creep show creep. Searching the name. Still searching the name.
She also. Crypt. Hold on. There he is.
All right.
Crypt Keeper appearance, history. What the fuck was his name? He had it. Oh man. Cripsy or something like that. I think is what they called him at one point.
I don't remember that. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I don't remember it.
Yeah,
It was just I've always known him as the Crypt Keeper, because in the old EC comics from the 50s, there was the Vault Keeper, or there was a Crypt Keeper, the Old Witch, the Vault something or other, because they have different characters tell different stories in the comics I have over there.
The Crypt Keeper used the alias T. Charles Kingman.
Well, then I don't remember.
The Crypt Keeper, Charles Charles Kingman.
Was that in the comics?
Yeah.
The EC comics? Yeah, because I don't remember him ever saying that in the show. Again, I only have the first 3 seasons.
Myrna! A 4,000-year-old mummy. The Crypt Keeper is a fictional ghoul and the host of the Tales from the Crypt magazine, film, and television franchise. He was introduced in the pages of the Tales from the Crypt comic book series by EC Comics with issue number 20, dated October to November 1950. Myrna was his real name.
What a weird name.
He's a 4,000-year-old mummy! But he also went under the alias T. Charles Kingman.
What was his political affiliation?
Oh, motherfucker. He was a MAGA.
He's a domestic terrorist. Send him to Sri Lanka.
I told you he had a fucking name. I used to love that show.
So, yeah, going back, there's your new zombie pandemic. 23 to 90%.
Zombie plague.
Yeah, whatever. They turned the big CERN, like the
Hadron Collider,
Collider, the CERN there, and nothing happened. But the week after they turned it on, now we have all these people in power, like stepping down, resigning, or getting chased out.
Your internet doesn't work. Canada's without internet.
Yeah, well,
way to go, CERN.
Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of videos I've seen all over with a bunch of blood red skies and green skies. Have you seen it?
No, I actually haven't.
It just blew up in the last couple days on specifically TikTok. But they're showing it. I'm like, is this a filter? Like, I can't figure it out. Like, are they altering color? Like, just shifting hue or something? Like, editing it? But it's green like your cup in the skies, like all through twilight and shit. And then I started seeing a couple in the last day or so that were blood red. I'm like, what the fuck is it? And it's one of those things like, what is that? Or why? And look, when you're way out in the country,
I'm seeing pictures,
and you're coming down into a city, and yeah, if you've seen pictures and you see a city and it's twilight and you know where the city is because it's lit up in the sky and you can see it glow, it's like that. Except you turn the light up even brighter.
Oh, here's one.
Yeah, but it's even the green one on the bottom, where it actually covers most of the horizon. Yeah, well, that's Northern Lights.
Oh, so yeah,
that's no, it's not Northern Lights, because this is more.
But still, I mean, you're seeing bright red aurora lights up night sky in Arkansas.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a night sky in
like, what the fuck?
Arkansas.
Like, what is that? I found it interesting. I know nothing on it. There was just it came across my feed one day while I was looking at other shit. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Hey, how much we got left?
This last thing.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, so I found that interesting. I was like, I don't know what the fuck.
I'm gonna have to look into that, the TikTok videos, see if I can find them.
All right.
Because I'm interested in that one now. Because they turned that on, and all of a sudden, the two universes are combining.
Or 3 or 8. Actually, what they said verbatim was they were trying to discover, because we have 9 dimensions we know about, I think, mathematically.
Yeah.
They were trying to actually see them, or just like physically see them, or at least in subparticle physics, be able to see them.
All you need is
that was the whole.
the sunglasses from They Live.
That wasn't dimensions. That was a radio tower. Anyway, so vasectomies have gone up 900% since the reversal of Roe v. Wade and Casey.
Yeah, I saw that. You said, yeah, way to jump on the bandwagon, you fucking slow ass pricks.
I put it here
I knew it was coming.
as a side note. Yeah, you're ahead of the game.
Way ahead of the game.
As a side note, I put
Ghost loading, motherfucker.
the left seems to be determined to erase itself from history with transitions, abortions, and sterilization. Like,
Well, we realized we already fucked up enough, so let's start figuring out ways to kill us ourselves off.
and then I put, what if the abortion process was just as difficult and lengthy as the adoption process? I'm like, so you couldn't just jump into it. Then I thought, there was an argument I heard before, like when the Roe v. Wade thing came up. It's like, well, are all these conservatives that are voting for the overturn of Roe v. Wade going to adopt? And I'm like, I wonder how hard adoption is.
Hard.
What the actual numbers are. I knew it was difficult.
It's a very lengthy and complicated process.
So I looked
and
into
expensive.
it. I looked into it. I said the left argument is just that being that. And currently, there is 1.5 million adopted children in the United States, that making up about 2% of the population. And I said, how many people are trying to adopt? I said, currently there's about 2 million couples on the waiting list, or about 36 couples per every child placed in foster care. So it's not that there's not enough people adopting. There's a lot of people, but the process is so fucking expensive and hard to get
And
through.
long.
Yeah. That you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to adopt, and it'd be like going to fucking get a new car. It'd be like, sign these papers, you get a stack of papers, and there you go.
I understand why.
I get to. I completely understand why, because you don't want to put them in the situation.
It's a human
where-
life.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going out to buy a gun.
Right. And then I put, there's a possible left argument, is they don't want to send them to an unsafe home, and whatever means, but they'll terminate them. The fucking logic just, there is none. It's, again, like I said before the last show we had, it's like they want to take guns away to save children at schools, but they're okay with terminating them. Like, they're okay with fucking abortions. Like, you're trying to save kids, but you're fucking killing kids off at the same time. Like, where do you fucking draw your lines? Like, what does your grid box look
This
like
is the
here?
line down the middle. Here's what we're going to do.
All right, we're going to cut it right down the middle. It looks like a fucking wet noodle. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, so I was curious. I'm like, that's because when they said that, it's like, well, are these conservatives going to adopt? I'm like, good fucking argument. And then I looked into it. I'm like, well, it turns out. Then again, like I said, like, what if we made the process of either having kids or aborting them as difficult as it is to adopt them? Because it's clearly not a factor that it's hard to, or there's not enough people wanting to adopt kids.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've heard it through people in our circles, or at least outside,
there's so many
just
kids in the
outside.
system.
Not that, it's like they're interested in to adopt. I've heard it before, but it's fucking difficult and it's expensive. So that's, when you ever hear anyone say that argument, it's like, well, how come none of these people are adopting? It's like, well, apparently there's a fucking shit ton of people trying to adopt.
I mean, and you got to think about it too. So going away from the adoption aspect of it, look at surrogate mothers.
Right.
The process for that, IVF, in vitro fertilization, hormone treatments, fertilization treatments, all of this stuff. I can speak from not personal experience, but through an affiliation of mine who is involved, who has a long-term friend who went through fertilization treatments, IVF, all kinds of stuff. They probably spent close to $250,000
Yeah, that's a lot.
to finally get pregnant and be able to bear their own child, because the waiting list, the finance, because they live in another state, the waiting list, the finances of it, you're spending so much to be told not going to happen.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I don't know if it's probably about $100,000. I'm not going to lie. $250,000 is a little excessive, I think. The number, if I remember the numbers correctly, I want to say it's probably close to $100,000.
If you said $50,000, that's what the average yearly salary for someone in New York is, like $38,000 or $39,000. Like, that's more than the average yearly salary for a fucking normal person working.
One round of IVF is like $10,000.
Right.
And guess what? It's not guaranteed.
Right.
And you sign a paper saying, I accept that waiver or that liability or whatever. And you mean to tell me you're only going to try once?
Right.
If you want a kid that bad, you're going to try and I believe they were actually looking into the adoptive process while they were going through all this, so that if they couldn't get pregnant themselves, they could at least adopt.
Do we both know this person?
No.
Okay.
No.
I know someone else then. But yeah, so
this person.
And just to clarify this too, because I thought about this while you were talking, is I said 1.5 million people were already adopted in the United States, making up about 2%. It's not 1.5 million waiting and then 2, because then the 36 per 1 doesn't make sense. But it's about 2 million couples waiting to adopt, making up about 36 potential parents per one kid in the system.
Yeah.
So just so that.
Which means in the system, if you do it like by thirds, it's probably, if there's 2 million couples waiting, 36 per child, you're probably looking at 900,000 kids in the system, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Just ballpark figure. I'm just trying to quick math that shit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Give me a controversial sentence while I.
Where's my sandwich, Kamala?